Welcome back to the Night Shift Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Markley, at Brian $sign on Twitter. We're laughing because Jordan mocks me every week I do this, and it's hilarious. But we're back. It's episode 17, because I said Tyler Lockett episode last week.
Correct. Which
was rightfully so, because the Seahawks are 2-0.
So the Steelers.
But yes, did I say my handle? My at?
I don't think so. I mean, might as well say it again.
You did.
Yeah, I'm at Brian $sign. You know what it is. To my right, we'll start with him. Jordan, Wake and Jake, Wakefield.
Wake and Jake?
Wake and Jake? What the
Dog,
Wake and Bake would have made more sense.
This has been 16 weeks of nicknames, okay? Because his last name's Wakefield and his first name's Jordan, so Jake, Wake, Jake.
Jakey.
Now you're apparently Amish. He's apparently Amish now.
That's a common Amish name.
My dad played football with Amish when he was a boy. He grew up in Strasbourg. Like, he had Amish neighbors. He said they're tough as shit.
Well, they are.
They probably had mad concussions and shit.
Tough as shit. My dad
they're all like Antonio Brown.
His older brother, and they play with Amish people. Dude, he said they'll fucking throw a shoulder at you and they don't give a fuck.
Oh, they're insane, bro. They're built different.
It's because all they do is build houses.
We need someone to work the fucking Taco Bell, bro.
Oh my god, I'm gonna tell Jeff. I'm gonna call him after this pod. Now I'm gonna call him and say, "Yo, you need to go to Strasbourg and recruit the Amish."
They won't wear any shoes though.
That doesn't matter.
They ain't slipping on that floor, dog. They got non-slip skin. You kidding me?
That's also true. All the characters. This was the most random start that we've had. I'm pretty sure.
Dog, I'm telling you, we're in for a good one.
All right.
We are. How are we doing, everybody? It's at J Wakefield, but I mean that fucking.
You forgot the 98.
It shows up on the fucking screen, so like you don't even need to know. It shows up on the screen. Go ahead.
If everything goes well.
Knock on wood.
Oh right.
And then to my left, the boy Bailey Gary.
What's up, everybody? You can find me at BeerGary24, capital B, capital G on Twitter.
You almost said Beer Gary.
No, I didn't.
Beer Gary.
And we are the Night Shift Podcast. This has been an eventful start. We have a different camera angle.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll see it. There's a chance you might, but you never know. Bailey got frustrated because uploading videos aren't nearly as easy as you may think they are.
The editing was easier.
Yeah, and that's usually...
You showed me how to edit one time, and I got it 2 times in a row trying to figure out what was wrong.
Yeah.
But we had to change it because I got a desk, which you can see behind me.
Yeah, we got you got a different angle.
Maybe I'll put something in the background next episode, but...
Maybe. What am I doing here?
Right now you get to look at the PlayStation Start screen.
Yeah.
You don't get to hear the music, which is a meme.
It's like Minecraft music.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like I said, it's episode 16.
17.
Episode 17. Yes, thank you. This is... God. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and YouTube, all under the Night Shift Podcast. The Patreon, as always, is there, but, I've been saying this for 17 weeks, and there's no new patrons, so...
One day.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't stop us from having fun, producing content, and think about it. We've been doing this 17 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
We've yet to miss a week.
Yep.
I mean, Jordan missed one, but we're not worried about that. The show
goes on.
We're not worried about that because my man needs vacation, which is pretty cool to think about. It's actually kind of crazy. We've been doing this for 17 weeks straight. We started in what? June?
Yeah, something like that. Because it was the halfway of the year and we did our...
Oh, that's right. For the first episode.
Our top 5 albums so far.
It was like the first...
Yeah.
That's going to be cool in a few months when we do our
It's
album
coming up
years.
soon.
Yeah, December.
Probably December, yeah. Because not much is going to come out.
Well...
Not much will come out in December. Like if we do it the week before Christmas, right? There's not going to be much more between that.
Whatever the last Monday is.
Well, I mean, we can look at it then. It doesn't really...
I'll just look at it real quick.
It doesn't really matter. Let's get into it. I think I covered all of our bases. Do we need to say anything else?
This is where the iOS 14 comes in handy. You can just
look at the calendar.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it then. What are we listening to? Well, Bailey's looking to figure out what is going on the calendar. Jordan, I'll swing it to you first. What have you been up to?
Nothing too crazy in terms of like video games. Playing a lot of Destiny. Destiny 2. Started playing that again.
December 28th. Sorry, that's the last Monday.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
it's after Christmas.
Okay. So that's when. Well, that's whatever.
Yeah.
Music wise, a little bit not out of the ordinary, but listening to a lot of Gunna and a lot of Lil Baby, The Baby, Roddy. Like those have been like my 4. Kind of like that new era that we I think we talked about that on the pod.
We talked about that when I said Roddy Ricch was the next Drake.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. Like that new era of rap that's coming up. They're all super talented.
What are we calling that?
I don't know.
It's not necessarily trap, is it?
It's like...
I mean, some of it is.
It is, but like...
I don't really know what you would call it, because they're all kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
It's like trap and drill, because like they still talk about killing people.
True.
I mean, it's not over a classical drill beat, but...
Yeah, it's weird.
Because I wouldn't say like Gunna's trap per se.
No.
But he's like, well, what do you consider the Young
he would
Thug?
He would be more trap. Well, that's true.
Because like
He'd
Young
fall
Thug
under that
is trap,
umbrella.
so it's like if you are any way, shape, or form similar to Young Thug, you are essentially a trap artist.
But I wouldn't say Baby's trap.
No.
Which Baby?
I mean, Lil Baby.
No, but like I don't.
He has elements.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has elements of trap and drill music. I think a lot of these
and rap at the end of the day.
Well, yeah,
all mixed into one.
I think the younger artists who I would say make street music, it kind of falls under
more
drill
melodies. And
yeah, it falls. Well, even Topics.
Yeah,
it's just kind of falls under the Topics is trap and drill.
Yeah,
I just don't know exactly what you would call it.
Trill.
No,
I don't know.
That's already a thing.
True
and real.
I know. It's just off the dome. Pause.
No, off the dome isn't.
It could be taken as...
but you're not...
That could potentially be a plausible offense.
I don't think so. I think that's a stretch. That's a reach.
But it's a full weight. Anyway, go ahead.
Are you done?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I haven't been listening to anything new.
This episode's fantastic already.
No new shows or whatever. We're getting towards the end of of the spring season. No, summer, my bad. Of the spring season of anime. So I'm excited to see what new ones are going to come out.
You mean summer season?
Yeah, the end of the summer. That's why
I said spring.
That's why I said like I didn't mean spring. I meant summer.
Okay.
Did I say spring after I said spring?
You said summer and then you said spring again.
I meant summer.
That's alright, that's what we're here for.
End of like the summer anime season. So I'm interested to see what the fall brings. The final season of Attack on Titan should come out.
Mm-hmm. Supposed to.
But who knows? Things that seem to be in the entertainment industry are getting back into gear. Because also...
You're gonna tell me about WandaVision?
Yeah. I'm in. I'm sold. I mean, this is what I have Disney Plus for The Mandalorian.
I don't think
It's the second one. Apparently there was one before it.
I don't think I did.
Listen, it's just Elizabeth Olsen
good
on my TV.
Who?
It's just Elizabeth Olsen on my TV.
Oh yeah,
that's truly all I need.
That's a dub.
That's truly all I need.
Yeah. Now if it's Scarlett Johansson on my TV screen, yes sir, sir.
But that's what makes the Avengers so great.
Oh,
they're both on my screen
at the same damn time. No, but so the new WandaVision's coming out.
What is that? I didn't see
that. That is Wanda and Vision. Since they're like,
since they're fucking.
Yeah,
well, pretty much.
They're having like robotic kids.
Since my man Vision's tapping that ass, they are getting a show.
Interesting.
Shout out Vision.
This has nothing to do with anything, but I watched all the Marvel movies, as we know. You might not know, but
I went on that 2-week run.
Roughly, was it over the summer or was it the end of the...
No, it was like that.
It was like it was right around COVID started.
Yeah.
I was finishing them up. And it's so disrespectful that they paired fucking Scarlett Johansson with fucking Hulk.
Yeah.
And then they put
Bruce Banner's, I mean...
Yeah, but like... Come on.
I don't even want to...
She should have been fucking Cap. Let's be real. If we're keeping it a buck.
Well,
and then she went from Hulk to fucking Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's where the disrespect comes in.
And then you're gonna...
no, they were never a thing, though. They were just always good friends because they've known each other for a while. They worked at S.H.I.E.L.D. together.
Yeah, but you knew there was shit there.
Not because he had a wife. Well, I mean, that never stopped anybody before.
Come on, Bailey. You know me. And you know my situations.
I guess that never stopped anybody before. I don't think there was anything between her and Hawkeye. I don't know the source material
and then
that, so.
You're going to put Wanda with a fucking... I don't know
red man?
what he is. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
He looked like a smarter Hellboy. That's what he looked like.
That's fucking wild.
That's just disgraceful.
That's fucking wild.
You have Robert Downey Jr. and you have...
yeah, but Robert Downey Jr. gets all the bitches. So, like, at the end of the day,
that just adds more fuel to the fire of why she should have been with Robert Downey Jr. and not fucking...
I don't even know...
The discounted fucking Hellboy.
And the Hulk.
Yeah.
Nah, respect Vision.
Yeah.
Nah, I kind of hate Vision. I'm going to keep it a buck with you.
When
he died, I was hyped.
I don't know if I was hyped, but it was cool to see like how
it's
he
like
fucking
remember The Walking Dead? Remember The Walking Dead?
Yeah. They made killing people off not even...
What was the bull's name?
Glenn.
Is Glenn the fat bull with
No, let's talk about the Asian.
No.
Are you talking about Eugene?
Yes. They refused to kill him for the longest time. I'm like, this fucker is useless. And you keep him around. Oops. No, I don't give a fuck about Walking Dead. That shit's the same thing over and over.
Well, and by this point, Walking Dead fucking part of the series has been out for how long now?
Yeah,
I don't know. I stopped watching.
I don't.
it.
I don't
well.
watch it.
I don't even know if Eugene dies or not, but I hope he does.
Why feel like that happens in the next fucking episode? I don't know if it still airs or whatever, dude. But like,
No, it doesn't. Pretty sure.
it happens next episode, and everyone's just like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Everybody listen to the Night Shift podcast like, wow, Brian predicted
They
it.
start fucking flaming us, dude.
All right. Anyway, back to what I was saying though, because we got way off topic.
Yeah, sorry.
But I'm looking forward to watching that. Mandalorian's coming up soon again, season 2. That's
Yes,
gonna be
sir.
dope. The trailer was cool. I'm excited. Like I said, the new anime season, see what comes out. Have you been watching My Hero? My guess.
Dog,
is
I haven't
no.
watched anything. I haven't
I was
watched any
saying.
of it since the last time I watched it.
Nice. That would make
Oh
sense.
man, this is great.
But I'm looking forward to. I guess that new season should be coming out soon. Also, that should be fall, if I'm correct. If I'm not, ignore me. Sports are in full swing, so
Everybody in the NFL's dead.
yeah, everybody in the NFL died. I'm going to lose both of the leagues.
Along with it is Bailey's fantasy teams.
because I had Barkley in 2 of my 3 leagues, so that's a rip.
The only guy here that's going to be 2-0 in our league is Jordan.
Yeah,
Potentially,
potentially.
You
I should.
Should.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
I should have beat Jeff and didn't.
So you and I both 0-2.
Yeah, so
Gang shit,
someone's
let's
going to be
go.
0-3 after next week.
Do I play you?
Yeah, we play each other. Someone's going to
Christ.
finally win a game.
It'll be a toilet bowl. You're going to kill me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
You're
my team
projected
sucks.
to win.
My team sucks.
You're projected to win.
I don't care.
Okay.
Don't mean a damn thing, Bailey.
I guess projections don't mean a damn. It
play-
is whatever.
I
I
play
don't like
Andy
hopes
next week.
either.
I play Andy next
Yeah.
week. Is Andy gonna be 2-0?
I have
Yeah.
no clue. I like
Because you got
Andy's
Russell
team.
Wilson.
Well, yeah.
Well, you remember when we were drafting together? Andy got all the I love that pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed it when we were drafting together. Every pick Andy made, I was just Andy. I love that pick. Like I just generally liked him. But
Well, he
Fuck
didn't
you,
get the,
Andy.
He didn't
Yeah.
get the draft the year before, right?
No, he did. He just sucked.
Last year. Oh, he
Yeah, his
drafted.
team was just bad.
Oh,
Andy
really?
is
Yeah.
like the San Francisco Giants of like the mid 2000s, like the mid 2010s. I mean, they'd win one year and then they'd lose. They wouldn't make it the
Awful.
next, and then they'd win it the
I didn't
next
realize
year.
he drafted
and-
2 years ago.
yeah. So
Wait, 2 years ago?
Not the first year where we played, where nobody paid. The second year, the first year that everybody
Yeah, last
paid.
year. That was last year.
Yeah, he paid or not paid. He drafted.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. I thought he did it.
I think
That's
he
why-
took James Conner in the first round.
Yeah,
Didn't he?
his
he
team was just
he
bad.
did. He
His team
did.
was just
That's
bad.
right. Yeah.
He's a Steelers fan for
Did he have Juju also?
Contact.
No, I had Juju, and he
Yeah.
didn't do fucking anything.
Yeah,
I
he
had
a
Juju
bad
and Adam
season
Thielen
year.
last year, and they didn't do fucking
You
anything.
want Juju this year?
No, I'm happy with my wide receivers.
It was
Thank
worth a
you.
try.
Do I need wide receivers? I think because I have T.Y.
We'll talk
Hilton.
off mic.
Yeah. But so
Whoever I trade you is probably gonna blow up next week and absolutely kill me. But it is what it is.
excited to see what the NBA Finals is going. Who's going to be in it? I'm hoping Heat Nuggets. It's looking dire. It's a dire situation for my man Nikola Jokic. I'm a huge Nikola Jokic fan. So also if Harrison or any Sixers fan is listening, Jokic is the best center in the NBA. But
I object.
you object too.
Marcus Salt. Okay. I'm only kidding.
But I'm a big Jokic guy, so hopefully they can turn it
Not-
around. If
this-
it makes it to Game 7, Nuggets are like no other.
We gotta get there first.
Yeah, I'm saying if they get
They're
there.
down
2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
Oh, 2-0.
But I mean, again, they're a young, inexperienced team against a team with LeBron James, who has more playoff experience in that roster combined.
Yeah.
Actually, that's
Actually,
might be
probably a lot of the
false.
people in that postseason combined.
Well, yeah, but I was gonna say Paul Millsap is actually on the Nuggets, and he's been in the league forever, so I don't know. And he was on the Atlanta team.
but
You get my point. But I'm excited. I'm hoping Heat Nuggets, so my man Jimmy or Nikola Jokic gets a chip.
I would like to see that, yeah, not even because I don't like LeBron, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'd
No,
like to
you're
see
good.
it just because it's two teams that haven't really.
Done anything.
Done
yeah.
anything.
Well, the Heat haven't been there since
LeBron
was there. So.
right.
And for more context, I'm a Bulls fan, and I still absolutely love Jimmy Butler. I adore that guy. Outside of Chicago, he's like probably my favorite player in the NBA. Right now, it's Zach LaVine. That's just because he's the only one showing up on the court.
Mine's
So,
Shea.
Outside of the Raptors.
Outside of the Raptors, yeah.
Outside. Not even DeRozan?
Well, DeRozan has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
He'll always
Yeah.
be. But to me, I always think of DeRozan as a Raptor.
Yeah, that's true. So happy football's back, even though everyone got injured. Happy basketball is everything's
MLB
going smoothly.
postseason's rolling around.
Yep, and NHL's finals
Stanley Cup's
started.
going. Yeah, it's this
and
is peak sports time.
yeah, and the other football is back. So I got to watch Spurs
Don't
have a
forget
shit.
Man, we had the U.S. Open this weekend too.
Oh yeah, golf. That's true. That's true.
Yes, sir. Fall golf. That's
sir.
quarter zip season, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
You don't even golf.
Yeah, but quarter zip season.
Oh, okay. Jordan likes quarter zips. But so I'm excited to see how Spurs season goes this year. Gareth Bale's back. Sergio Reguilon's in. It seems like we still want a striker and a center back. So
Yeah, but you don't have Jesse Lingard yet.
that's fine. I don't.
That's
want
the missing piece of the puzzle.
Imagine he just goes there and just fucking crazy.
He's good. He's talented.
Yeah.
He's just a meme.
Yeah. So I know these two are United fans, so they got handed that L by Palace. So
I don't want to talk about.
they don't want to talk about
football.
And I will say for any United fans
I'm
or
grumpy.
soccer fans listening, soccer or football, whatever you prefer.
Football.
I said this to you guys before, and I just tweeted it too. If Pogba or Bruno want to take a piss, Donny van de Beek is looking for that 8 or 10 rule, so they better watch themselves.
Yeah,
'Cause
Pogba
Bruno
was just
Fernandes-
bad, and Bruno. I mean, Bruno. I can't really say anything bad about him
Yeah.
yet.
I'm just saying, but like they need to realize if they don't know
He
already,
should. Yeah.
Donny wants that spot because he's not. I'm
That
sorry,
team's
like,
just kind of a.
it's all vibes. It's vibes FC from
It's
what
kind
I'm
of
seeing
a-
on Twitter.
It's kind of a train wreck.
Well, I mean, when your manager is at the wheel, who's a clown.
A gym teacher.
Yeah, literally, it's so funny because like that expression's using. I was saying he was making fun of him because he was like, "Why is man in the pressing conferences always smiling after a loss? Like he
He's
just
a
doesn't.
gym teacher.
He doesn't not smile.
And I mean, also to be fair to him, like
No,
again, Woodward doesn't back another manager.
that's
in
false
the
because they
market.
spent mad money.
Sure, but Mourinho, when he was
Mad.
there, still didn't get people he wanted. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, but I'm saying like they've given Ole lots of money.
I know, but I'm saying still, it still rings true that the guys he wanted, he hasn't gotten.
Okay, but and at the end of the day, right, you can be a manager and have mad money and sign all these people, but if they come out and underperform,
Yeah, but I'm not.
That's the point he's making, and I don't necessarily disagree.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying we need a center back.
I'm
We
saying
want a
they
center
have
back.
backed Ole. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they've given him money.
Sure.
And then he's missed on all the guys he's wanted besides Donny van de Beek, who
What's
I think's
interesting
really
to
good.
look at
But Maguire's a fridge and not worth 80 million
is
euros.
look at well, and then, like I said last night, we have a lesbian playing center back.
Yeah. Victor Lickcock.
No, I told you that doesn't make him a lesbian. We had this discussion.
Yeah, I
My
know,
thing
but it's
is
just
like
fun.
yes, Ole's first window, so like the last window, we brought in Bruno. Who else did we bring in?
That was in the winter.
Well, it depends on where you're.
You brought in Dan James. You brought in Maguire. You brought
Okay,
in.
that's the other big one.
You brought in Penandes.
And Igalo.
I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. Igalo. You brought in Igalo in the winter with Fernandez.
Oh, and Wan-Bissaka.
And Wan-Bissaka.
He was out too, so that didn't. I guess if you look at Mourinho, right, his first window, he brought in the guys he really wanted, the Pogbas, the Ibras. There was somebody else in that window. I think Lindelof was in that window too.
I think he was.
Or no, it was Bailly. I think it was Bailly. Maybe it was both of them. I don't know. It doesn't matter. My point being is like in the second season, then there's guys he had wanted and didn't get. So I wonder if maybe that like the second year for a United manager is like Louis Van Gaal had guys he wanted and didn't get. And
Well, the thing is like he also got Martial and he got Depay and.
I would have loved to still have Memphis.
Yeah, and it's like. I guess I don't know if like this is Woodrow's and the Glazers thinking like we're gonna give you your first window, you can get the players you want, but you have to show results before we get back you with funds. I don't know.
But then Mourinho finished second and qualified for Champions League. That's the other theory. I don't know, you've probably seen it, but the theory of a lot of United fans is United makes Champions League and their spending goes down because they get that revenue from the Champions League. But when they're not in the Champions League, their spending goes up.
Yeah.
It's just a vicious cycle.
There's a lot of problems with United right now. I mean, I'm not.
Oh, you don't have to tell me.
I'm not a United fan or an expert, so I don't want to sit here and talk about
I'm not even an expert.
Well, actually, I say they did buy Van de Beek too. So like, I don't know how much money Ole's gotten to spend, but I can't complain. I mean, I'm used to complaining about Levy, but Levy has done something he hasn't done since we sold Gareth Bale all the way back in like 2014 or no.
Because it was like 7 years, right?
Yeah, he was going for 7 years, so it was like 2011. 2012.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah. So
depending on when.
When Bale left, we spent all that Bale money, and the only one left is Lamella. Ironic enough. So I can't really complain. Right with this window, Levy is doing mad business.
Wonders.
Yeah, and he still wants. Jose still wants a striker and a center back, and Levy seems willing to do so.
Where's my water? Is this my water?
Yeah, there was 2 waters over there. So I'm excited as a Spurs fan right now. There's still kinks we're gonna have to figure out whatnot on the pitch. The first half of Southampton showed that they got Danny Ings. I don't know if you guys saw it. Beautiful goal. I don't think Hugo could have saved it. And then Sony got one right before halftime. And then we came out in the second half and we ran rampant on Southampton. And that was the best football that Southampton had played all year, apparently. Even though it's only 2 games in. But Southampton apparently struggled a little bit. So we looked much better from that Everton game. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how the season goes. I think top 4, especially with Reguilon and Bale, is definitely possible now.
And United being shit.
I truly don't think they'll get 3rd, 2nd, or 1st, but I think 4th is going to be a toss-up between us 2 and the
other clown clubs.
Yeah, well, I just think it'd be Arsenal, but they're just a tin pot.
Tin pot.
Yeah. Enough soccer talk. Although I'm always
you had
talking.
a good 10 minutes of what you're listening to.
Yeah. Well, it's because we were also getting off task.
Oh yeah, I was talking about Vision fucking Wanda. I guess it's my turn. I've been listening to a lot of I made a playlist and I'm not good at naming playlists, so it's just called chill rap. It's a very.
Mine include a lot of emojis. Well, just one emoji,
But it's just think of, obviously I'm still on my Amine kick, which I told Jordan the other day when we're allowed to go to concerts again. I want to go see him. That's how much I've became a fan.
I'll listen to him more and then I'll let you know if I want to go with you guys.
Limbo's fantastic. It's a fantastic album.
Excuse me.
I know when we talked about it initially, I said I wasn't huge on it, but now I sat with a little bit more.
Maybe I need to listen to it more.
Yeah, I think you. There's the song "Fetus" with Injury Reserve, is a really good song.
I like the song with Slow Tie and Vince a lot.
Yeah, that song's amazing.
Slow Tie is good.
That shit bangs.
Slow Tie
he kind of scares me, but that's besides the point.
Slow Tie is kind of demeanor and just kind of his presence is kind of like a guy who's out there.
Yeah, he's scary.
He's a really good artist. If you're into UK music, I wouldn't recommend you starting at. If you're getting into it, I wouldn't recommend you start at Slow Tie, just because he's a little different. But the more you listen to it and the more you adjust to the accent and whatnot, definitely give Slow Tie a listen. He's a really good rapper.
But also on that playlist is guys like Mick Jenkins, Coda, Saba.
I can't wait for Saba's next album.
Those
2 songs dropped.
Yeah. I didn't listen to them enough. They're both really good.
Yeah.
But
people were so much shitting on the one with Denzel, which I didn't really understand. I liked it.
Your computer just scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I thought it was hard reset or something.
I just talking about how it stops. I saw people didn't like the song with Denzel.
Why? Oh, there we go.
It's fine.
Oh,
people didn't like the song with Denzel. I liked it.
Well, I thought it was good. I thought they were both good. I don't know. Hip hop's stupid.
I think the first song was better though.
Yeah,
that was really.
I just
cool.
need more solo Saba. That's all.
I'm ready for Saba's album. Saba could be dropping a 10. Saba's that kind of artist.
People would argue he already dropped a 10.
Yeah, I think he can do another one.
Yeah.
You know who needs to be in that playlist? Smino. He sounds like he fits.
I can't get into Smino.
I love Smino.
I like him here and there.
Did you ever listen to Black Swan?
Yeah, I just can't. I can't
Really?
get into him. I don't know what it is.
Black Swan is a really good. You ever listen to those? Did you ever? You've heard Smino, Jordan, but did you ever actually listen to Smino? Mm-hmm. Listen to Black Swan when you get a chance.
You just gotta listen to Igor too. There's some Tyler in there as well. Some Jid.
Frank sounds like he. Oh, never mind.
I mean,
when you say Jid, that kind of takes away from you for.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's not chill. Yeah. It's not necessarily that chill rap, but it's it's that type of rap. It's not mainstream and it's not Griselda, but it's somewhere in between for me. I'm not really playing anything. I don't really have anything to play.
Yes.
I played you guys did you play that Call of Duty Alpha?
I played one game, did good, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. I'll wait for
Yeah, I played a little bit with Matt. There's some things that need to be fixed, but it's an alpha, so I'm not. The general gameplay feels good, and I like it.
Oh, yeah, the gameplay felt good. Sometimes the maps felt cluttered from what I was seeing on Twitter. I saw one pro player, Pristini. You guys won't know who that is. But he kind of said that pretty much the maps felt cluttered. I think he said he didn't know how to word it. He was like, I don't know how to word it, but he says it feels like it's going to sound so weird. He said the maps have too much foreskin on it. There's too much stuff. Some stuff needs to be taken away.
I didn't feel that. I felt like the 2 maps that weren't the desert map were kind of big. They need to fix the sliding because the sliding's way too quick. I was telling Jordan, I could literally slide. You can't see it, but I could literally slide from the length of the slide is from me to almost the door. That's how far you would slide. And it was super quick, whereas your sprint speed wasn't super quick. Which this will all be fixed.
Yeah, it's only an alpha.
It's only an alpha.
It's not even a beta.
Earliest build of the game that you can play. So it's I don't have any complaints. I think it feels good. I think once they,
I think this
smooth
could be
the
a really
edges
good
out,
Call
I
of
think it's
Duty.
going to be really good too. And I'm super happy that the first time I'll play it is along PS5. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And
Potentially, who knows, at some point.
huh?
I said eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I know we're already a half hour in, so
Yeah.
Why Bailey over here talking about Gareth Bale for 15 minutes?
I mean, hey, if you guys signed Gareth Bale, you would talk about him for 15 minutes too.
Probably not. I don't care that much.
Not
I
somebody
didn't
for
talk
like
about Bale for 15
not
minutes.
somebody like
Yeah.
Gareth Bale. If it was somebody like Messi or Ronaldo or Neymar.
Shit, even Jadon Sancho.
Nah, fuck. I don't need to talk about him for 15 minutes.
Oh, I would.
No.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
Young English drip. What was I talking about? Call of Duty Alpha. So yeah, that's gonna be good.
No.
Just pretty much waiting for next gen. And we're gonna get into it later this episode. We got a lot to talk about there. So let's get through the last piece of music news before we get there, because I'm excited to talk about next gen. Yeah, but get your Twitter ready. So Reason dropped a song today.
No,
It was like last night.
I think it was last night.
3 songs. Well, that and then the.
The Spillage Village song, which we're going to hold off till next week because the Spillage Village album will be coming out, so we'll just talk about then. Reason released The Soul Part 2, which is kind of like, if you're familiar with Kendrick and how he releases, he usually drops, he has a series called The Heart, where if you look at it, he'll release a part of the Heart series, like The Heart Part 3. Came out, I think, before Damn.
I think you're right.
Or it could have been Part 4. It doesn't matter. But you get the gist. He releases this, a part of the Heart series, shortly is followed by an album. And I think The Soul is that for Reason. I could be wrong, but it seems to me like it is because of some of the subject matter, and people will argue about why he said what he said in this song. And let's just get to the point. Hip hop Twitter was in a stir because they didn't listen to the whole song. Probably they jumped to the part. Do you have the lyrics up by chance?
Yeah. Oh, the lyrics? No, I didn't get the lyrics. I was gonna get.
If you just go to
Yeah,
the-
here, I can find the lyrics.
Just go on Genius.
Oh, I was just gonna. I think
I think that tweet.
Oh wait, no, yeah, here it is. It's Oh wait, no, this isn't it.
Well, anyway, while they find the lyrics, I'll give you the dumbed down version. Basically, Reason felt. Never mind, I got it. This is from his new song. This is what sent hip hop Twitter into a stir. Quote: "This is from Reason's song, The Soul Part 2. See y'all mistake my name for Logic's. Y'all got me fucked up. How you compare a word I cannot say that take from culture versus a word I cannot say that's forward. The shit getting boring." So that's a little bar there that upset a lot of people. I want to get my shit off before I pass it off to you guys on this because I think. Oh yes, before I give my take, Reason then tweeted with those lyrics in mind. He said, "Quote: This is from Reason at Reason TD. Quote: I'll talk about the logic thing if necessary later, but I do want to make clear that I do want to make clear that I didn't. He can't form sentences. But I do want to make clear I didn't wait till we were tired to take a shot. I wrote this shit a year ago. That's corny to do that now after he's announced retirement. Take care. Enjoy the music." That's what he tweeted. I'm going to speak on that real quick because it's like, he said it'd be corny to say that bar after Logic retired, but then why would you still release the bar? Mm-hmm. I don't know about you guys. I know you guys didn't really listen to the song yet, right?
No.
But that's the thing everybody's upset about.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in the song that... Some people were saying that apparently he was taking shots at Kendrick and Cole, and I'm like, okay, if you think that, A, he's on TDE, and B, he was all over that Dreamville project. So there's no animosity between Cole and Reason and Kendrick.
I mean,
and
Reason, and this is well known, he likes to talk shit. Just to talk shit.
So here's where... let me take a sip of my water. Mm-hmm. Here's where things get... That's funny. Here's where things get interesting, right? Because people think that has an album coming, which I think is obvious, and that this was used as a way to market said album. It's a way to get... I don't know where this... He obviously has something, a bone to pick with Logic, right? Something about how Logic carried himself throughout his career or late in his career before he retired. I still use quotes because...
Who knows?
I don't know. Something bothered him about Logic. And Reason feels like Logic took from the culture. I saw a lot of people interpreting that as because Logic appears white. I don't think that's what he meant.
No.
I think it's what I said in the group chat to you guys. When Under Pressure came out, his first album, Logic's first album, it is eerily... This is going to sound like I'm hating on Logic, but I'm not. But there is some truth in this. It sounds eerily... Under Pressure is eerily similar to how Good Kid, Mad City is constructed as an album.
Yeah.
Sounds... obviously, they're both about their story, which I'm not going to hold against Logic, because a lot of rappers do albums about their story. But there's a lot of structural stuff. There's a video on this. It's actually very informative that you guys can go check out if you want. I can't point to any certain direction. Just search. I don't know what you would search, honestly, to find that. But there's a video up there where people compare these albums and the structure of the albums, and people who know structures of albums more than I do. I'm just a lowly person talking about what I think about. So I think that's kind of what Reason is getting at. And it's the big knock against Logic, right, that we've seen throughout his career, is Logic's not original. Logic really wears his influence on his sleeve, which I don't think, as a Logic fan, I don't think it's inherently a bad thing, but there was never, even up through No Pressure, and you guys can speak on this when you go, I don't think we ever got we got a true Logic sound, but that sound isn't original. No. If that makes sense, right? Yeah. Which, again, is fine. Look at the music today. Everybody sounds like everybody. It happens. Even like, not really Kanye, because he set the trend, but like, even today's artists, Drake, or, you hear a lot of Kanye influence in Drake's music, or you can hear a lot of...
Drake and New Toronto artists.
Maybe, yeah, or maybe like, I'm trying to think like for something like Cole, like maybe some Nas in there. There's obviously influences that people have, and that's going to happen. But I think Logic leaned way too heavy on the influence, especially later when he started making that trap music shit, which kind of sucked at some point. So, while yes, I can see... Oh, the other point I want to make before I wrap up my point is I think... Reason releasing this after Logic's retirement doesn't mean shit to me. I don't know if that means anything to you guys, but I guarantee you rappers are still taking shots at people who aren't rapping anymore that they used to have feuds with. I don't know. I couldn't point to one right now, but
I mean, I'm sure 50 Cent is taking shots at
they're acting like this is, and this is Logic fans. Logic fans get super defensive, and me being a former super big Logic fan to now somebody who still likes Logic but isn't as huge of a fan as I used to be, Logic fans get super butthurt super quick, and this is an example of this. And people are like, "Oh, what's the point of beefing with Logic? He doesn't do anything but wish the best for everybody." Yeah, but if you're a guy like Reason, who, again, I don't know what happened between him and Logic. I don't know the exact thing. Obviously, something happened. Now, he says he didn't diss him, but he obviously did it. There's one thing to say they mistake me for Logic because his name's Reason, right? Yeah. I think that's clever. But to go on and say that Logic stole from the culture, there's something there. I don't know what it is exactly, but there's something there. It doesn't bother me that I don't think it's corny that he took a shot after retirement if it's a legit shot. If you have a legit problem with it and the other guy decides to retire and you're putting it on wax now, even if it was recorded a year ago, that doesn't personally bother me. I don't know what you guys think of that.
I don't care.
I think it definitely. Did he say it to stir up hype for his album? Yeah, but
everybody does. Publicity is good publicity.
And Reason's a good rapper.
He is.
And he's going to get drugged down because of this. You know what I mean?
You think Reason cares, though? Like, I don't think Reason cares.
No, but when you're not as established as Reason is and you're trying to get a new listenership, like, you're on TD, you really don't have anything to prove after that. You're on the best label in the game. Arguably, I know, but, just it sounds good right now.
A top label.
Yeah, you're literally on a... Yeah.
With guys like Q, Soul,
Kendrick,
J-Rock,
Zay. I don't think I have anything else to say. I want to hear what you guys think.
Do you want to go first?
Go ahead. I'm curious what you have to say.
I'm curious to hear you too.
It's like you said, something must have happened. So I mean, it's weird that Reason would take shots at Logic. I think Logic's fans I like Logic a lot too, but I think his fans are about as soft as him. Like, they're ultra charming.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, he's not necessarily, for being a person who, well, maybe not so much anymore, but like previously in his career, who was like, got hurt by anything and everything. Any kind of critique was just hurtful, I guess.
Well, and that, not to interrupt you, I'll let you continue, but when you bring up the critique thing, and he went on that little kick of, I don't care, I'm going to make the music I want to make.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but if it's not good, which it turned out not to be, those critiques are going to be legit. you can criticize somebody who is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what the personality is. If
like,
there's criticism there to be criticized about, it's going to happen. It's just the world we live in.
And it's like this, and like I know like he's kind of a meme sometimes too, but like Anthony Fantano, like he lives, eats, breathes music, and it's not just like one genre. It's like everything. Like he reviews like all kinds of albums. Like this is a guy who does this. Like this is his thing.
Right.
This is what he makes his living on. And it's like, and it was cool to see him actually do an interview with Logic. I saw that, like on that. Like it was cool to see him do that after in the past. And Fantano has ripped this guy to shreds, like music wise.
Right, his music, because if it's not good, it deserves to be criticized.
And Fantano is the most blunt guy.
He's very critical.
That like one of the most blunt people you'll listen to. Like he is critical. He knows what he thinks sounds good, and whatnot. So it's like. You're going to get those people, and it's like you do this, you're going to put this. When you do something for the world to see, the world will respond.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's expected. So it's kind of like there's nothing wrong with being like, like that's hurtful, but it's like you can't sit there and then just kind of cry about it. Like it's just like these people don't know you either. Right. It's like they're just you put out music, there's hype around it, people are going to say things about it, and then again, it's like also it's just like it's the internet. It's like this is what it is. It's like people are behind a screen and can chat shit all day.
And it's hip hop Twitter.
Which
makes it which amplifies it. You and I have had this conversation plenty of times. It amplifies it so much more.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, what are you thinking?
So I agree with the whole like Logic fans are super soft coming from. We've all been super fans of Logic at one point. When you're going under like Logic tweets or anything like that, it's either super supportive, like they're super hyping him up, or they're super defending him. Like there's no in between. With what Reason saying, I saw something on Twitter that got apparently deleted. I don't know if you guys saw this or not.
Was it the thing that Shrek quote tweeted?
No, it was something different. Not the thing that Shrek quote tweeted. It was saying something. Reason said something along the lines of, "I don't know why I would take a shot at Logic. All I have is love for him." He said something along that line.
That's the thing he quote tweeted Shrek.
Oh, is that the thing? Okay.
Shrek tweeted about how Reason just ditched Logic for apparently no reason, and then that Reason quote tweeted that.
I don't know what happened to it.
Apparently,
it's
it got
not there
deleted.
anymore.
Apparently, it got deleted.
Yeah. That's so weird.
So, like, do I think it's... You were talking about, like, rappers diss each other all the time. Do I think that's fine? Yeah.
It's part of the culture at this point.
But I think in order... Like, I think there needs to be some substance behind it. Because, like, it kind of just came out of the blue.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my only problem with it.
And, like...
Is it feels very out of nowhere.
That's what I mean. And, like, of all people to pick... Like, not saying that... But, like, Logic, to me, is an easier choice of somebody that you could pick on. Yeah. Because he has people behind him already that already criticize him because...
That's a very interesting point. I want to touch on that then.
Of people of his past, we got what? Supermarket, Confession of a Dangerous Mind.
A lot of people didn't love Young Sinatra.
Young Sinatra 4, thank you. I couldn't think of what the other...
That stretch right there is where...
And that's where a lot of the criticism came from. And then he dropped No Pressure, which... I listened to that the other day. That shit's really, really good. It's really, really good. So I think, is there potentially reason to have a problem with Logic?
Is there a reason to have a problem with Logic? Yeah, let's go, dog. We're like the big three. We're like the Heatles on this podcast, dog.
But anyway, is there a problem that he may have with him? Sure, but I think you need to not. I think you need to come up with a better way of maybe expressing what
your context.
Your context of the problem, and not just throw a diss in a song.
Just to stir hype for out.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me, but I think he could have just went about it better. Like, I don't care that you have a problem with Logic, you don't have a problem with Logic, whatever, I don't give a fuck. But, like, you come up with a better way of doing it. That's my
I want to go back...
problem.
I want to go back to what you said about that stretch of where Logic was bad, right?
Yeah.
And we can all admit it was a bad stretch.
Oh, it was real bad.
I didn't hate Young Sinatra 4.
No, I didn't either. I think we liked Young Sinatra 4 more than most people did.
Right. But... So that time period, anything you'd see about Logic was just hate.
Oh yeah.
Clowning him, memes, everything. Isn't it interesting to you that he drops No Pressure, which all of a sudden hip hop Twitter reveres, and he decides this is my last album, I'm gonna go do something different.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, everybody and their mother wants to defend Logic.
Yeah.
Which I think is incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
Because the same people, same motherfuckers who are sitting here clowning Logic. Even since Bobby Tarantino 2, I think some people would have done that shit.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden, a guy like Reason, who, he's not like a big rapper, but he's on TDE, He's up and coming.
He has a name out there for himself.
Reason is a solid rapper.
Yeah.
He has a very unique voice, I think. He felt some type of way about something that Logic did throughout his career. And I think not knowing that something, and there not being any history there that we know of, is what people were upset about. But, like, if Reason's not necessarily what he said about Logic taking from the culture isn't, I don't believe this myself, but isn't necessarily wrong. A lot of people would say that too. It doesn't matter how nice of a guy Logic is.
Right.
You know, a guy like Reason who came from, I mean, I know Logic came from nothing too. That's not what I'm saying. But, like, you know, Reason is having a harder time of blowing up and getting on that level that Logic is. I think what he's thinking of is Logic got to that superstar artist through a song like 1-800. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's where he's getting at.
I think
as he took from the culture and then he made an alternative album, and again, I don't.
So it's kind of like using the platform, but kind of like Post Malone.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
very similar to that. I don't think
example.
to that extent. I think Post does it more.
Yeah.
I think it's worse what Post does, because what Post does is he literally takes hip hop influences and hip hop features and then plays it off like he's not hip hop or he's not ingrained in the culture, which he is. Whatever you want to say, he makes that type of music that we would associate as hip hop. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't listen to a lot of Post Malone, but he's all over.
I would say Post Malone is a rapper, but
I wouldn't say he's a rapper, but
like he makes. He doesn't.
It's that weird melody.
He's not really making pop music, right? But he's really not.
Occasionally.
But he's really not. But he's also not making like.
It's that weird line between pop music and hip hop.
Yeah.
Well, here, I just want to say, Reason also said this. He was, like, tired of people who don't truly understand lyrics telling me who the better lyricists are.
He also had a tweet. I don't know if you saw this earlier. He also had a tweet about how he thinks that just because somebody raps fast doesn't make them a good rapper.
Well, that's also true.
That's aimed at Logic.
Well, that's fine. That's true.
That makes a little more sense that now he's talking about Logic.
That's
right?
true.
Oh, here it is. Okay, this is the tweet he deleted, right? This is the quote tweet from Shrek. So Shrek said, Reason dissed Logic in his new song, and Reason said, I didn't, but we'll speak on it soon. For now, everybody relax. LOL, nothing but love to Logic.
That's so weird.
Because, like, that's so weird that he didn't...
So, listen, like I said, it'd be fine if he would have just used the lyric, like, you're mistaking my name for Logic's, because Logic and Reason, that's smart. That's clever. I like that. But to say, the next bar, saying that you took from the... You're comparing me to somebody who took from the culture. That's a pretty big statement to send at somebody. It was like Meek with Drake and the ghostwriting. That's a big deal in rap, especially anymore because, you know, Drake gets called a culture vulture all the time. I guess you can make an argument for Logic. We talked about Post. It'll be interesting. I want to hear what else there is to say. He says he's going to speak on it soon. Well, you have the songs out. You said what you said. Unless he has more to say.
Logic didn't react to it at all, did he?
He's not going to.
No.
He got a kid and a wife, and he's like making beats on Twitch. He ain't worried about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, which is really, really, really cool. I don't know if you've ever tuned into one of his streams.
No, I haven't, but he's a great personality.
They're really, really cool. I've only seen like one or two, but like him just like we saw him in concert do it, but like just him making beats up on the spot and like interacting with people. He's really cool.
He's letting people use those beats in like their streams and everything, which is awesome. I mean, shout out to Logic. I'm not hating either way because I like Reason a lot too.
Yeah.
I think he's going to deliver a really good album.
Again.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird, right? Because do I think people will tune into Reason's album because of this? Yes, but I was going to listen to it either way. And the Soul Part 2 is good. It's a good song. I think he talks about how he was listening to everything Kendrick was saying even when he wasn't talking. I mean, that sounds like a rapper thing to say, but he's working hard for this, and he's really, I think he just feels slighted by something around Logic. That's all. That was a fun little tidbit on the timeline this morning, but we all know what we're here for.
Yeah.
Another big tidbit on the timeline this morning. Microsoft acquires Bethesda. Well, it's
Bethesda and Obsidian.
I forget what the parent company is, but then it's that company that owns Bethesda, Obsidian, Arcane Studios, who made Arcane Studios, who made Dishonored, and a plethora of everything under the Bethesda umbrella. It was like $7 billion.
Yeah, Bethesda is a important company in the video game industry.
I have like we like to do here, I have questions I want to pose to the panel.
Okay.
One, what exactly do you think will be exclusive? What does that exclusivity look like? Two, what was my two? Shit.
What do you?
I mean,
Why are you thinking of two? What do you mean by like? Okay, what's exclusive, and then what do you mean by the second part of that?
what the exclusivity looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, think of Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
It's PlayStation exclusive for a year.
Oh, okay.
Exclusivity.
Time
That's what I should
exclusive.
have said.
Gotcha.
We're going to see more of that.
Gotcha.
And then two, three questions. Two, does this move the needle for you one way or the other for Xbox? Not saying if you're going to buy an Xbox now or not, but does it sway?
Would you be more willing
What are your thoughts now,
okay.
after our conversation last week, what are your thoughts now on what Xbox is doing? And the third one, what was the third one? Fuck. Well, if one of you want to start with the two, I'll hop in. Just start with one. Let's start with one. Bailey, go ahead.
So,
what do you think will be exclusive? And is it going to be, Xbox exclusive for a year, 6 months?
I think new IPs, if there's going to be only Xbox exclusives, it's going to be new IPs. I don't necessarily think you're going to see a franchise game as big as like Elder Scrolls or Fallout be exclusive. I'd find that hard to believe, since it's not historically exclusive on one console.
Let me jump in real quick. That was my third. What you said triggered my third thought. I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying that Sony or PlayStation fanboys are saying always tout their exclusives and how that's a big reason why their console's better. But now that Microsoft has exclusives, they don't like it. Is there a difference between buying a studio outright like Microsoft did, or what Sony does with Naughty Dog, Sucker Punch?
Okay.
Where they've made games over generations of PlayStation have only been there.
Okay, so I don't think you'll see the next Elder Scrolls or the next Fallout be only Xbox. That would really suck. How will the exclusivity look like? I think, like I said, new IPs, there's a chance that there will be Xbox-only IPs that they will create, which will happen for sure, in my opinion. I think the next time an Elder Scrolls comes around or a Fallout, I think it might be timed exclusivity. How long that exclusivity is, I don't know. But Fallout and Skyrim, not Skyrim. Skyrim's just the only one that comes to mind for me. Yeah. As you can see, I like Skyrim. So, like Elder Scrolls and Fallout are they're really like they're two IPs that are huge. Like they're some of the biggest single player games.
They're tentpole IPs. Yeah.
Like when you're talking about open world role-playing games, like the Fallout series and Elder Scrolls, like instantly come to mind. At least for me. Like, I'm assuming with you two, it comes to mind too when you think of open world RPGs.
Well, console-wise, yes.
Yeah, console-wise.
Well, even PC, but... Yeah.
So, I just find that hard to believe that Bethesda would miss out on that profit. Then again, I don't know how much of a decision they would... Like, how much input they have on that decision. But I find it hard to believe that IPs like that are already established, huge IPs, will be... exclusive to Xbox only.
And then does it move the needle for you?
Personally, no. It's like we already said it, but we all bought a PlayStation already. Maybe down the road, would I like to get a new Xbox? Possibly, but it's not going to be in the foreseeable future. And it also
pre-orders go live tomorrow for the Xbox One X and Xbox Series. Wait, Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at 11 a.m. In case you are an Xbox guy and want to, or gal, and want to get your Xbox. Yeah, I already texted him when I saw it.
Is he getting an Xbox?
Yeah, he's an Xbox guy.
He's not getting a PlayStation.
No, he plays more. He just plays more like Call of Duty, 2K.
Okay.
He's not. He's not huge. There's nothing on the PlayStation side that really, is really interesting to him.
That's fair.
But yes, they go. Pre-orders go live tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Basically everywhere, GameStop, Best Buy. It's going to be a lot more controlled than the PS5 fiasco, which we'll talk about. But I want to get through this topic because this is very interesting to me. So you said it doesn't sway it one way or the other.
Yeah, I was going to say it doesn't sway the needle for me because I think at some point, the Elder Scrolls series and the Fallout series will be on the PlayStation at some point.
Mm-hmm.
It also depends on what new IPs are out there, like what games that are become Xbox exclusives, and we can't really change our opinion now. Like we already bought it, so it's like it's not like we can go and be like, hey, maybe I don't want this and just get the Xbox instead, which just isn't going to happen. So it doesn't sway the needle for me. And then what's the third question?
The third question, let's save it.
Okay.
I want to hear what Jordan has to say on
ZeniMax.
those.
That was close.
Yeah, ZeniMax is the... Jordan, go ahead. I want to hear what you think.
So the first one was, what do I think?
What do you think is going to be exclusive?
And how long timely? So I'm gonna throw it out, and I had already talked about this before. Well, briefly anyway.
You have a different perspective on this.
Yeah. So I think they signed a $7.5 billion deal. I think they're going to make Skyrim and Fallout the two main sellers. I think they're going to be Xbox exclusives.
Well, Xbox exclusive meaning it'll also be on PC.
Well, right. I think you don't sign a deal for that much to not do that. I think $7.5 billion, I mean, they are big companies, but that is a lot of money for two games that get a lot of flack. Skyrim has been released how many times?
Yeah, Jordan,
it's like GTA.
And listen, I love Skyrim.
Well, Skyrim's worse than GTA.
Skyrim, I love that game, but it's been released on 360, Xbox One, PS3.
In Game of the Year editions as well.
PS4, Switch, PC.
Probably PS5 and Xbox One.
Probably.
Or Xbox.
So you're looking at potentially a handful plus of times that it's been re-released for $60. And then you're looking at the Fallouts, okay? Fallout 3, amazing. Fallout 4...
You forgot New Vegas.
It was solid. New Vegas is... I like New Vegas.
Pretty good. Oh, yeah.
New Vegas is probably my favorite.
I forget New Vegas falls in between there, but New Vegas is good, too. And then you get to 76.
Yeah, that was kind of a...
And 76 was a fucking disaster.
Yeah, 76 was a disaster.
Dude, that shit was on sale like literally 2 weeks after it released.
An absolute shit show. Didn't play it, but I didn't want to play it. It had terrible reviews. It had terrible trying to connect. The missions were awful. It just was very bad.
It was a good idea.
And they blew it like that Adam Sandler clip.
But I think they're going to be exclusives, and I think they will be exclusives. There will be no time exclusive. I think they will be permanent exclusives. I think that's awful. I think if that's what they do, I hope I'm wrong, but something in my mind tells me that you don't sign a deal like that for them not to be. I hope they aren't. But something tells me that they are, and it doesn't really affect me because, like, I love the Skyrim games, but, like, unless the new one that they make is, like, really, really good, like, they're really not anything unique. You know what I mean? Like, they're all open world. You do quests, you level up your skills. There's other games that do that.
Sure, but they do a good job of building worlds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think that's a big thing.
They do, for sure. And the Fallout series, like, I played the Fallout games, like, they're good, but I've never really cared. And after the debacle of 76...
Do you guys like Elder Scrolls more than Fallout?
No.
Yeah. Me, yes.
I don't know which one
I like Fallout more.
I listen, Oblivion is one of my...
Fallout always had a really cool setting, and I think I like that setting a little bit more than the fantasy setting. But I think I played Skyrim a lot more than I played Fallout 4.
Oblivion and Skyrim are
but
two
Fallout
of the
4 was
most...
set in Boston. That was pretty cool. I was in Fenway Park.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Sorry.
That's alright. I see them doing something really stupid, and I think the deal is going to backfire in the long run. What was the other thing? Does it sway the needle? No, I have PC. If I want to play Xbox games, I'll buy it on PC. But I think for somebody that maybe doesn't have and is like a huge fan of those systems, you get the cheap one for $300. You buy the two games, but however much they are, and all the other potential releases from like the small indie studios. I think people would be interested to do that. So I see it's like a what's the word I'm looking for?
A win-win?
No, it's not really like a win-win. It's like a double-edged sword, you know what I mean? Because, like, if you make them strictly exclusives and they're really good and they get a lot of good reviews and everybody's really hyped about it, people from PlayStation will be like, oh, all right, maybe I want to buy them and try them out myself. But then the other way, if they flop and they suck, you just spent $7.5 billion on two games.
And we don't even know when the next Elder Scrolls or the next...
Super shitty.
Fallout's going to come out.
And then people are going to be like, oh, why the fuck did I buy an Xbox? And they're going to buy a PlayStation. So I think it's a very slippery slope, but, I hope it works out, even though I'm a PlayStation guy. I mean, I'm also PC, but I hope it works out.
So, I want to branch off some of the things you said. I knew it wasn't going to sway the needle for you because you have PC.
Right.
For Bailey and I was more interested in yours, and you said no, but you think it's going to be timed exclusivity, and you think it's going to be permanent exclusivity. I think Elder Scrolls and Fallout, I don't think there's going to be any sort of exclusivity. If it is, it'll be a year on Xbox first. I think what this is I'll boot up Elder Scrolls on my PS5 and it's going to say Microsoft Studios on my PlayStation. You know what I mean? I'm playing a game on PlayStation that says Microsoft Studios. Think Ori.
Could with Ori.
And I think what that means is I think Microsoft just brings in a publisher cut every time a PS5 version of Elder Scrolls is sold. I have Starfield pulled up on this.
Which is what I was watching you do.
Starfield is... Well, the summary here. We don't know much about it. It was announced last year, I think. Starfield is a next-generation game series set in space created by the acclaimed team behind the Elder Scrolls and Fallout.
So it kind of, to me, sounds similar to Outer Worlds.
Which is made by Obsidian.
Yeah.
Which is part of this deal. Now, what if Starfield...
Well, Obsidian also made Fallout New Vegas.
Yes, yeah, correct. What I could see Starfield being the Xbox Series X exclusive. I could see them coming out with a new IP. Now, I think I know what you're going to say is there's nothing behind Starfield like an Elder Scrolls, right?
Right.
It's not an acclaimed franchise, but I think
is it a good start? Yes.
I think just follow me here for a second.
Listening.
Hypothetically, let's say Starfield is a 9 out of 10, pretty much across the board. Bethesda RPG.
It's like Outer Worlds, but better.
It's a return to form for Bethesda. Let's say that is what that is, and let's say it's Xbox console exclusive. It'll be on PC, so obviously you'll buy a PC. But I think something like that this is why for me it moves the needle ever so slightly for me, because I think I'll still be able to play Elder Scrolls and Fallout on my PS5, which is what I want to do. I think if they make those, I think where I agree with you where they wouldn't spend all that money to let you play Elder Scrolls on the PS5 same day. I think there will be some sort of exclusivity, but I think you're eventually going to be able to play the new Elder Scrolls and new Fallout on...
Well, what if it is something like Call of Duty does?
Like, you're talking like early access and shit.
Yeah.
Or like the DLCs and whatnot, right? Like they get it first,
per
se. You could see something like that too. Or a special Xbox Series X version or something like that. Some dumb shit like that they always spin. Yeah. I'm more... See, what's interesting to think about is there's like 15, 20 studios under Bethesda.
Yeah.
That make up...
Oh, yeah.
So they have a lot of studios to pull from. It's just... You look at... Okay, so obviously the big hitters. I think Starfield's going to be fantastic when it comes out. That's just me.
It could be.
But you have Dishonored, which has been gone for a little while. But that's a good game. That's a good game series. That appeared on PS4 and PS3. Another interesting thing I forgot. Deathloop and that Tokyo game
PS5
are staying that year PS5 exclusive. Which is interesting.
Mm.
Which you can't... Unless you buy that contract out, you can't do anything about it, which Microsoft isn't going to buy that out. It is what it is. Those games are close to being done anyway, which I'm happy for. I think it moves the needle. I think another big aspect of this is Game Pass. I think having Bethesda's pretty much lineup of games that you can just play right away with your Xbox Series X. God, cannot remember.
Just
these
say
names.
Xbox. Say Xbox.
But if you can play a lot of those games, if you somehow haven't played Skyrim yet, you can play it on...
There are people out there.
I know. You can play it right away. Maybe Fallout 4. 76 will obviously be on there.
Which, don't waste your time.
Sure, but if you're getting it for free...
Don't waste your time.
From what my understanding,
I agree,
also, they've made a lot of strides to try to make it better.
Yeah, well, they had to.
Don't waste your time.
IGN has an article here that Xbox is now home of the Western RPGs, which... I mean, yes, you think of Bethesda as RPG, like Bailey was saying. You think of Skyrim, but I would argue that CG Projekt Red's the new king of the Western RPG. I know they only have Witcher 3 right now, but I'm telling you, after Cyberpunk, dog,
yeah, but
Witcher played so much better than...
Well, let me tell you what, Witcher 3 won Game of the Year. Well, it didn't win Game of the Year. It won...
Well, it did, but...
Well, yeah, but it... what the hell? It won something. It won, like, a super prestigious award for, like, PC games. I know
The Witcher 3 is really good.
so fucking nerdy, right? But like The Witcher 3 won like
Thank you, really.
like a super prestigious award on Steam,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know the fucking name of it off the top of my head, but like it won like one of those awards that like this game is that fucking good. That's why it won. Like it rivaled like some of like the MMOs and like that stuff that year, and just cleaned house.
And I mean, Cyberpunk, I think is just gonna. There's another new trailer for that game. Is gonna be fucking stellar.
Yeah.
There was another point I wanted to make. Now you said about buying the cheap Xbox. If I'll say this right now, if Elder Scrolls and Fallout are going to be, you can only play it console wise on Xbox, then I will eventually buy probably a Series S. I don't know if I want to shell another $500 for another system.
I'd agree with that.
However, I don't think that's what it's going to be. I think it's cool. It's a cool headline. And it's a cool thing for Microsoft to say, hey, we just bought the guys who make Elder Scrolls and Fallout. I want to shift the conversation a little bit, just more from the acquisition to how video game Twitter is kind of handling this, right? So, like I said before, us as PlayStation fans would always tout the exclusives, right? The Uncharted, The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, like games you can only play on PlayStation, right? I see a lot of Xbox people saying, well, now PlayStation fans can't be upset when Xbox gets Bethesda exclusive games, which is totally fine. However, I think there's a difference between now what Bethesda exclusive Xbox games are going to look like compared to a whatever Naughty Dog does next. My point being, we kind of use this example for football. Think of Manchester City and Manchester United. Manchester City is a bought team, right? It's a bought club. They spend a shit ton. Whereas United used to be known, well, still are, homegrown club, right? They grow their players to the academy to an extent, right? Just a different analogy to think
Most
of.
of the players.
Phil Foden.
Whereas, shut up, Haley.
Marcus Rashford.
Whereas Sony has had, Naughty Dog has been making games since the PS1.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
So it's like United have a history, and PS5 does with those games, and then like City has no history.
Exactly.
They just got a
Exactly.
whole oil country to splash cash.
Yes.
And it's not a
for
perfect.
Aguero.
It's not a perfect analogy, right? Because obviously Halo and Gears, these were built on Xbox for a while now.
But it's not.
A lot of people are pointing to Sony buying Insomniac, who made Spider-Man, and Insomniac also made Sunset Overdrive. But mind you, Insomniac has been making Ratchet and Clank games since PS2. They've always been known as a PlayStation company. They just weren't, or studio.
Yeah.
They just weren't officially a studio until just recently when they bought,
Yeah.
when Sony bought them after Spider-Man.
Yo, imagine, this is going to be crazy. Imagine we get a Sunset Overdrive 2. Oh, man.
I don't think we will just because of Spider-Man.
No, I don't think so
But
either, but oh, man.
That's a great game.
That game, if nobody's ever played that, Sunset Overdrive, that game's amazing.
I don't think a lot of people did because when it came out, it was stuck on Xbox One. That's when a lot of people didn't have Xboxes.
Yeah.
And then it finally went to PC.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But I don't know because I'm torn because like I'm happy Xbox is trying to get more exclusives, but I think a lot of people are arguing the business side of this of what's going to happen if Sony buys Activision and then Microsoft buys EA. You know what I mean? Like you start buying these giant companies and all of a sudden it's something about monopolies and shit, and I don't really understand all that.
I think it would be hard to buy
I'm an English major,
like a third party company, right?
Well, that's what this is.
Yeah, like
essentially,
it's going to be hard because like I think Activision actually was bought by they have a deal with Blizzard, which is why
they're bought by Blizzard.
Yeah, which is why so it'd be hard for like PlayStation and somebody like that to buy like something like Activision because they already were purchased by Blizzard, which is for nobody that knows what Blizzard is.
I don't know how you wouldn't.
Right, but if you don't, it's PC.
What is it? It's fucking Warcraft.
Yeah, it's World of Warcraft, Diablo, StarCraft, Hearthstone, and then it's Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare, and it's also going to be Cold War. I think it'd be hard to buy something like that because those third-party games, they want the revenue from all over, so they want it from as many places.
Which is why I think Elder Scrolls and that I can't wrap my head around that being only
which I'm with you, but just how do you?
But I agree with you too.
How do you sign a $7.5 billion deal? We're not talking million, we're talking $1 billion, and then just be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, fuck Microsoft. We're gonna
this is pretty unprecedented. I think the only way they throw it on PlayStation is by getting that publisher cut.
Yeah,
so you're basically doubling your revenue.
Yeah.
On because look at it from Bethesda's point of view, right? They know if they put Elder Scrolls 5 or is it 5?
Yeah.
It'll be the new Elder Scrolls. So Elder Scrolls 6.
6.
If they put 6 out on just Xbox, you're missing out on millions.
Oh, absolutely.
On millions of sales and consoles that you have on the PS5 side. Yeah. So that's why I think somewhere there's going to be some weird.
And I hope
whether
there
it's
is.
timed, even if it's timed for a year, it doesn't. I'm not a diehard Elder Scrolls guy where I'm like, oh, I'll just wait the year.
They do that, and that builds a lot of hype.
Well, that's why I think that's what it's going to be, because that's what PlayStation's doing with Deathloop and some of these other games. Yeah. Do we have anything else to say about Bethesda? Because I want to roll into the PlayStation.
No, I was just going to say, what was your last question?
I was just talking about the
Oh, what does it mean for
how Bethesda's bought?
I think
it depends on how some of these studios grow, right? Because if some of these studios end up putting out some games that are really solid, that are exclusive, that aren't the Elder Scrolls or Fallout, then I think that's a great move. Because then you just have more exclusive games at the end of the day.
I think that people that if there's any PlayStation fans that are actually bothered by Xbox doing this, it's like, for me, it's like, here's your hypocrite award.
Yeah.
It's like.
Well, there's the people that still believe in the console wars and all that shit.
Yeah.
I just like to talk about it because it's fun to debate and look at the two.
But it's like, Microsoft is making in my opinion, a business decision that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
These are massive titles.
It's going to depend on how.
Names.
It's going to depend on what that exclusivity looks like. You know what I mean? That's the big thing.
I know Bethesda's shit the bed in a few past years, but Bethesda's Bethesda at the end of the day. When they drop a game, people are going to pay attention. This is how it's going to be. It's like look at EA. EA fucking sucks. When EA drops a game, you pay attention. Although sometimes it flops, like that fucking Anthem. Because that game looks sick. In my opinion,
they actually fixed that a little bit, but again, that falls back to the 76. It took you. It took them a while. I didn't play it, but one of my friends did. It took them almost a year to finally fix it to where it's actually playable without crashes and stuff. But a year down the road, that's too late. That's way too late.
Even without the online aspect, I mean, there were a lot of bugs with Skyrim and even Fallout. People were losing their saves and shit. And it's like, not saying Bethesda has a bad rap, but recently,
it's been.
I mean, they're going to need a totally new engine.
Yes.
Which I think their new engine could be built with Xbox in mind rather than the PS5,
which I think is
probably fine, but it's not going to be that different at the end of the day.
It will just be how it runs, how it looks.
I get it. The Xbox is a stronger system. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that. But for me personally, I don't care. I'll go play Spider-Man Miles Morales. Thank you. I'll go play Ratchet and Clank. Thank you.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Oh my god.
I mean, let's get into it. So. Yeah. We didn't get to talk about this, so this is going to be another half-hour conversation. But PS5 had their big reveal showcase. Was it last Wednesday?
It was.
Yes.
Yeah, last Wednesday because we were watching at work. We were watching at work.
Let's go through. Well, okay, so we'll hit the big. The cat was left out of the bag. November 12th, disc version is $500, and the digital-only version is $400. I think we predicted that pretty much.
Pretty much.
Like I said, November 12th. Let's go through it. So they started with Final Fantasy 16, which is timed exclusive.
For a year.
I'll get that.
Yeah. It looked cool. I'm not a big Final Fantasy guy, but...
I'll buy that.
I need to finish the Final Fantasy remake. Which one was it?
7.
Fuck, if you guys are both buying it, I'm in.
Oh, I'm buying.
Well, there's single player. Is there co-op? I don't think there's co-op.
I don't think so.
No, but those single player games
are... Oh, yeah, Final Fantasy...
Those are the best... Some of the best single player games out there.
They didn't release the next part of the Final Fantasy 7 yet, and I didn't realize that it was gonna be you had to buy each part.
It's insane.
How was it the first game? It was first Final Fantasy 7 that big?
Yeah, it was huge.
Oh, it's huge.
Really?
It's
okay.
Huge.
So
it's a.
Yeah, for them to do it how they're doing it on the PS4, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, it's 4 segments.
So how long is the game?
Oh God, you knew you were gonna ask me that, dude. It's like
any JRPG. I mean, it's gonna be.
Yeah,
upwards of
from what I remember,
hours.
the first 7, dude, I want to say that was a fucking almost 200-hour game. I want to say,
really?
Don't quote me on that. And if somebody knows,
this is one game, Final Fantasy 7.
Yes,
so this one.
Yeah, it was huge, dude.
This that you played was only the first couple parts of the.
Yeah, it's only it's a 4-segment game. To put that in perspective of how big it is.
Oh, not the remake.
Then
how long does okay?
Then they went into what? The second game was.
Oh, Miles Morales.
It says
gameplay.
it's okay. So here it
Miles
says
Morales, yeah.
why is it okay?
It's gonna pull up the remix. That's
It doesn't matter. You can look at it later. Let's keep the ball rolling here. Miles Morales gameplay.
Look amazing.
Which are you guys gonna buy the the deluxe version?
I'm gonna buy the deluxe version.
What's gonna
only-
be
you played
with the
Spider-Man,
deluxe
right?
Yeah.
Okay, deluxe version comes with basically Spider-Man remastered, upgraded for PS5. I don't think I'm going to either.
No.
I'll just buy the $50 version of Miles Morales and play it.
50?
Yeah, $49.99.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it's not necessarily a full game,
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah, so I'll probably just buy the $50 version of that. That looks great. I know a lot of people were happy with like how Miles' neighborhood looks, and it feels like Miles Morales and not just
Yeah,
him existing in Peter Parker's world.
From what
Not
I've
the same world, but
what I've
you know
seen
what I
is
mean.
a lot of people are saying that it looked a lot like that whole
Area.
Like it
You saw the Puerto Rican flags everywhere,
Yeah,
and
it embraced that
the
culture.
representation's really
Yeah.
good, and I mean the gameplay. We played Spider-Man 1. We know what that feels like, but it looks so much better. That's gonna be a beautiful game. I just can't wait to play it. I know what that feels like. I know it's gonna feel like when I play it. I'm super excited for that. Then we ran into a game that I am incredibly excited for, which is Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh yeah, that was.
Which
interesting.
looks
I'm not even a Harry Potter guy.
fantastic. I'm not a huge Harry Potter guy either, but you're telling me I can build a wizard and go fight
Yeah.
motherfuckers? I'm
No,
in.
this is the funny thing because it wasn't on the pod, but like we talked about this like not that long ago.
I know.
About an
It
open
was
world
last
Harry
week.
Potter game.
Oh no, we didn't.
No, we didn't talk about it on the
But
pod.
yeah.
But like we talked about
Well,
this.
because I think
at
it
work.
leaked. I think that leaked a couple years ago that was in the works. And then we saw it, and I'm like, dog, this is sick. I saw the sorting hat. I'm like, I'm going to get put into Hufflepuff or some dumb shit, but, I'm here for it.
I want to fly around on a broom and play that fucking game that they
Quidditch.
Yeah,
But imagine you can play Quidditch online with your friends.
that should be lit.
We're playing Bale's going to be a striker or whatever the fuck they call him. I want to see more of that game. Like, I want to see how combat's going to work, because that could be kind of tedious with a fucking wand. Be like, but that's going to be awesome. This is where I'm starting to lose track a little bit.
I'm trying to look.
Is this Resident Evil?
It shows
Yeah, there was
like
a little bit of Resident Evil in there. I'm excited for that. It
That game
creepy
looks
as fuck.
fucking terrifying.
Dude. Like,
Oh no! Oh yeah, it was that. Yeah.
I'm excited to play that and see where that goes. They showed more Deathloop, which
Yeah,
is
that
game
game-
still looks fun.
I can't wait for that game.
Yeah, that game's gonna
Well,
be
it
fun.
looks it's more so based off of. You ever play roguelikes? You know what I'm talking about when I say roguelikes,
yes,
right?
yes.
It looks more like that where you're making runs, right? So you're trying to build the perfect run where you can get, like they were put in the trailer where like, the one scientist dude makes a discovery that morning, and doesn't go to this party with another target. But if you cut off that discovery, then he goes to the party, and then you just go fuck them both up, which I just think is sick. It's like
Yeah, it's kind of like
so it's gonna be a lot of trial and error shit.
Yeah, that's
It's gonna
like
be fun.
That's what my guess. It's gonna be kind of like a puzzle. Like, how can you kill all the people you need to kill?
It's like
in
a
certain
puzzle
amount of
game,
time?
but a shooter, but also maybe a stealth game. Like
Yeah.
that game's gonna be sick. I know it looks so good.
It just looks like one big mind fuck, and I'm ready for it.
What else we got? I'm trying to think. I know I can think of some stuff,
Look it up.
but
Just look
That's
at
what I'm
it.
looking for. It doesn't have a very good.
obviously we saw things from Call of Duty, the single player mission.
We
It
had.
looks
Uh,
fun.
looks-
It looks good.
Looks cool. Look like Fast and the Furious.
RCXD's flying around and shit.
Fortnite's coming to PS5. Yay!
Who gives a shit?
There's a Five Nights at Freddy's game, which
Who gives a
I
shit
didn't
again?
really care
We
about.
had the God of War very small.
Well, I was gonna save that, but yes,
Oh, sorry.
God of War Ragnarok was announced as the very last thing, which is always fun. It said 2021, which I don't believe. I got game's gonna be 2022.
Probably, yeah. We'll see though.
I mean, potentially. I don't know. They apparently have been teasing it for a while, so
Yeah, this was leaked a little bit ago.
Mhm.
it was
It was-
leaked,
it
but it
was-
was being teased even before the leaks,
Yeah.
which leads me to think maybe we'll actually get it. Demon Souls
Yep.
looked fantastic, which is a we'll get into like the launch games and shit, but that is a launch game that I will be buying day one, and I want you two and the pod to hold me accountable. I will beat Demon Souls.
You're gonna jump out your window.
I can't
You're
be-
literally gonna throw yourself out the window.
Dog, I can't be affording to throw dual senses around when they're $70 a pop. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest, because I've played some fucking like not Elder Scrolls.
No, I have
fucking-
too.
Like, dude, those games are a fucking headache.
Yeah, I know, but it
You
looks,
sit there and have played every single one, haven't you?
But it
Jordan?
looks like-
I haven't played Dark Souls 1, but I've played 2 and 3, and I played Demon Souls.
Did you play Bloodborne?
No, I didn't play Bloodborne, but I need to play Bloodborne.
The best one.
What about Noah or what, Noah?
Neo.
Neo.
That's not within the same. I
No,
mean,
Well,
it's
I know
kind of
it's not the
similar,
same,
but
but
like,
it's the same
kind of game.
Same as
concept,
Sekiro.
but
What's the Sekiro? Sekiro made me want to fucking punch myself.
then you
Dude,
probably won't enjoy
Bro,
it.
I'm not gonna get it. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna get it, dude.
Oh my
Those
God.
dude, literally, I got Sekiro and I was playing it, and like the bosses are so fucking impossible. Like, dude, you're talking about milliseconds.
Yeah.
That if you don't do something right, that 1 millisecond,
You're dead.
You're fucking dead.
Good.
Fuck that. No,
I love
fuck
how they
that
ended
game.
the Demon Souls gameplay of the dude just get absolutely tossed by the balls.
Yeah.
I love that shit because that's how it's gonna be.
You dumb.
The people who like those games, like who just like the
Who are
constant.
like good at that shit.
Well, the ones who are good at it are crazy. But I'm talking about the people who like those games, where like kind of like Sekiro and all those, like and all the Souls games that are just like so hard and more than like not you're getting fucked up. You probably like you're a simp. You like that pain.
Yeah, I do.
Like
I mean, I do too, so I guess I'm a simp.
I will openly admit to being a simp, so it is what it is. What else is in there?
I like those games
What'd you
are
talk
cool
about?
and like watching people
What'd you
play
say?
them, but I can't.
What games have we talked about already? We talked about
Demon Souls,
Final
Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy, Miles Morales, Harry Potter game,
Resident
Five
Evil.
Nights at Freddy's,
Resident
Call
Evil.
of Duty, Resident Evil. There's an Oddworld little thing. I didn't really care about that.
I feel like there's one more we're missing. They did a little bit of Deathloop.
Oh, they did that weird Devil May Cry.
The
5,
remake or whatever.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
That game's gonna look beautiful, but that's
Yeah.
whatever.
Those games are really good looking.
I got the majority of it.
Yeah, I don't.
Um,
I feel like there's something we're missing, but nothing's coming to mind.
So launch titles, we have. I can pull up a list, but I can do most of it off the top of my head. First party wise, Demon Souls, Miles Morales, Sackboy.
Assassin's Creed.
Bugsnax isn't.
I know.
Isn't
I just-
day
I
and
just
date,
know you-
but it's not first party.
Oh, right,
There's
right,
another
right,
one.
right,
Shit. I'll just pull it up. But yes,
I just
Assassin's
said
Creed.
Bugsnax because you're looking
It's
forward to that.
it's launch window. I am excited. I am excited for Bugsnax. Gamer.
Is that gonna pull? See, that's the thing. I think I was looking at. It's gonna pull up fucking all of them. Yeah, that's
Okay,
the
so
thing.
Astro's Playroom's in there. That comes pre-installed, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool. Play that game too. Demon Souls, like I said. Oh, this Destruction All Stars game, which looks like a toned down Twisted
I
Metal.
won't play that.
They look like Rocket League to me.
Is Godfall supposed to be launched?
I didn't think so, but apparently it is.
When
And
was this
if-
posted?
That
If-
game looks kind of good. to
If
be honest.
Godfall is,
Oh, wow.
a launch, I will buy that because I want to play that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that game looks pretty good. I'd definitely play that.
Huh. I didn't know that. Just Dance 2021.
Don't care.
Miles Morales, of course. I'll be playing that right away. Sackboy's
We
Big
need to
Adventure.
play that at some point, like us three and Matt.
I don't think I'm gonna get that right away, but I do want to end up getting that.
I don't know if I'll get it right away either because I want to buy like 4 games right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah,
so.
there's a lot of games that are coming out that are gonna be
That's
really good.
that's interesting. That's $60. So it's gonna look like your huge games like Demon Souls is gonna be $70. The next God of War will be $70. So I guess 70 is the new 60, maybe 50 is the new 40, and then 40 is maybe the new 20. I don't know. That doesn't work out perfectly, but
I get what you're saying.
okay. So that looks like it's just the first party shit right there. But I know we're getting obviously 2K. I think is releasing alongside.
Yeah.
Call of Duty is. Assassin's Creed is. Cyberpunk will be out.
When does
but
that new Assassin's Creed come out?
at launch?
It's,
Oh,
it's
that comes
supposed-
out
It's
at launch.
supposed to be at
Okay,
launch,
okay.
whether
Yeah.
that happens or not. But it's supposed to be at
Cyberpunk comes out, well, supposed
19th.
to.
Well, but the thing with Cyberpunk is I don't think they're gonna have like a next gen version until like early next year. So I'll probably just wait.
Yeah.
Because that game is
Unfortunately.
that game is way too far along to have
Yeah.
a next gen version already. So I'm fine with that. Because I'll have plenty to play. I want to buy. I'll be getting Miles Morales, Demon Souls, Call of Duty, and obviously I'll have 2K. Those are the 4 I'll for sure have on my system at launch week.
It all depends what games I'm able to put on the PS5 also. I don't know what games are going to be able to go.
Well, how much
right
more
away.
do you have to play on the PS4? Like, that's my thing. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
have-
like a lot of those games, I'm not going to play them anyway. Like a lot of
Well,
the games that I have are single player games I beat just haven't
right,
deleted.
exactly. And I read like the PS5 is going to play some of the PS4 games better, a little quicker, which is nice. They're actually getting a performance boost, even if it's a little bit. Like I said, we all pre-ordered PS5s. The $530 were taken out of our account.
Not mine. I don't know what they're waiting for.
Well, it'll
Well,
take it
yeah,
out when it ships. How are we feeling?
Excited.
Yeah, I'm ready. I think I'm ready now. I don't have anything else to play. I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, I want to play Horizon again. and get through that. But I'll wait till the new one comes out.
I'm excited for that New Horizon.
I want to try to beat Bloodborne, but I don't think that's gonna.
I need to beat Arkham Knight.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean.
So we're gonna do what we did for the Xbox.
Just based off this event.
Yeah, we did pros and cons.
Oh yeah. We talking. What do you want to do it on?
We've seen everything. We're
essentially at the point now where it's just going to come out, right?
Yeah. What are your pros? What are your cons? What do you think?
Oh, the other thing I didn't mention from the not that it matters to us, but the PlayStation Plus collection.
Oh yeah.
If you have PlayStation Plus with the PS5, you're going to get to play some really, really great games for the PS4 if you didn't play them. If you didn't have a PS4, let's say. Games like Last of Us 1, the Ratchet & Clank that released on PS4, Horizon, Uncharted,
God of War.
Even some third-party stuff like Battlefield 1's in there, Final Fantasy 15.
There's one more big one we're missing.
Yeah, I know. I can't think of it for the life of me right now, but I've been talking about games for a while, so I kind of lost track. So, do you want to do pros and cons for both systems now? We kind of talked about the Xbox already.
I think we just do PlayStation.
Yeah.
We do PlayStation?
Yeah.
So the exclusives will probably be better still.
Oh, for sure.
PlayStation is weaker.
Yeah, that's a con. I mean, the price is kind of a con, I guess, for the
You
cheaper
could,
version.
So you could. No, I don't argue. I wouldn't say the cheaper version's the con, because the cheaper version of the PS5 is the same thing as the PS5, just out of disc life.
Yeah.
Whereas the cheaper version of Xbox is less powerful
Yeah.
than the big version. So I wouldn't count that as a con.
You're not gonna be able to play as many of the old games like for Xbox. Like you're gonna have all of them. For PlayStation, you won't.
Yeah, I think the PlayStation Plus collection
Will expand over time.
I don't think it's going to be a Game Pass.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's not.
Which is fine. Sony doesn't need to have a Game Pass. It's close to it, and if you didn't play a PS4, it's basically included in your PlayStation Plus subscription, so you can't be mad at it. Keep going.
The debacle of the pre-orders.
Yeah,
It's a
the
big
pre-order
con.
kind of went to fucking shit. It had everybody scrambling.
Apparently that wasn't...
Wasn't supposed to happen?
People were giving Sony like shit for that, which rightfully so, right? They said pre-orders were going to start Thursday, and they started like literally like an hour and a half after.
The only thing that would make sense for me is that they didn't want. I mean, they kind of straight up lied, but it was like they didn't want traffic to be too bad
And that could be
people.
that could honestly
it's
be
interesting
a
you
thing.
say that because of how it's staggered.
Because the funny thing is because it's like that's what my dad said to me. He's like, that's probably why they did it. He was probably like,
It could be.
the traffic. Because if everyone
Well,
tried to do it at 11, we'll see tomorrow.
We're gonna find out tomorrow.
Because GameStop might crash.
Well, did you hear the rumors that a lot of people thinking Wave 2 of the PS5 pre-order is going to be tomorrow?
I think you're right as well. And
I
would see, and there's no reason for them not to.
I think
There's no reason for them not to.
I think what happened was I think the retailers kind of were like, all right, let's just do it. Or something happened.
I don't know how.
Something happened in the system where
Well, think
Walmart went live, and then everybody just followed
Well,
suit.
and everybody was like, "Oh shit!" Like everybody's trying to buy one. Fuck it, let me throw it up and
Right, exactly.
cash out.
Amazon was
real
the
quick.
last one. I think they were right around midnight. They came out with theirs.
Around midnight, yeah. But you know what's weird is they came out around midnight because I still had that IG deals page thing. They came out around midnight, and around 3:00 they came back up again.
Yeah, it's really weird. I still check my email every day.
Yeah.
Because I'm so paranoid.
I don't think we have anything to worry about.
Not now.
That's
Yeah.
a good song.
We would have. What?
Paranoid.
Yeah, I know. By Tyler Hallstein, right? Paranoid.
And B.O.B.
I know. The Chance song. I know. I'm just joking with you.
I was referring to 808s. But
Oh, yeah, that's a good one too. I was thinking of the Chance one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think we would have found out by now. And I was saying to Jordan that, like, listen, if mine's not on my doorstep November 12th, it's okay. If I get it the 15th,
Well,
so be it.
Said,
No, I'm calling
it's-
Walmart.
Well, no,
we're
like,
tough throwing hands with Walmart.
Ours isn't coming the 12th.
oh, 13th.
It's supposed to be somewhere between the 13th and the 19th.
Yeah.
So if I don't get it the 19th, then I'll be calling somebody.
Then we have issues, right?
Yeah.
But
at
I'm
the
just
end
chilling.
of the
If I
day-
have one, I've secured mine, right? We've secured ours. That's all
Right.
I care about. I'll play Miles Morales whenever I can. I guess some cons for me. There were some other weird things that came out after this event. That Miles Morales is actually going to be on PS4 as well, which is interesting. I don't know if that bothers you guys at all.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
That Miles Morales is coming out on PS4 as well.
Oh yeah.
Damn,
So is-
already got fucking... Oh, sorry.
The new Horizon game is apparently coming out on PS4 as well, which that one bothers me more than Miles Morales.
Why does that bother you?
because it bothers me because I wish they would just focus on building a game from the ground up for PS5. Now that might be what it is, and it might just be downscaled.
I think
That's what.
But I think it limits it to an extent if you're still making it with PS4.
No, see, I think it's actually the other way. I think it's a game that's built for PS4 and they're upscaling to PS5 because think about it, right?
But then does that take full potential of the PS5?
Maybe not.
That's where it bothers me.
But at the same time, okay, think about it, right? Think about how Call of Duties work, okay?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as that Call of Duty gets released, as soon as that Call of Duty is released, they're working on the next one. So Horizon was probably released, and they're probably immediately working on the second one, right?
If not shortly after. I see what you're saying. It was probably in development as a PS4 game to come out like Ghost of Tsushima was, and then it just so happened they want to save it for PS5, which is fine. It's not
I don't think
inherently big concern, and they're leaving money on the table if they don't put it on the PS4. I get that too. It's going to be, it's how it always is. It'll be 2022 is where you'll start to see games just being next gen.
I don't think we're going to have to worry about graphics. Like it being...
No, I'm not necessarily worried about graphics. I'm more so worried about could have the game been bigger, or could have been more stuff put into it if it was just PS4. That's the only thing.
No, that's
especially for a game like Horizon, when it's exclusive. That's the only thing.
That's a fair point. I didn't look at it like that. I was just looking more like graphically and stuff like that. But that's a fair point.
I mean, obviously, cons. If you want to, like I said, the strength of the system. If that's a huge deal to you, that's it's whatever.
It's weird. Like besides because there's really not a whole lot of even from the Xbox. There's really not a whole lot of cons
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, obviously, but just from their launches and stuff, there's nothing that really sticks out that's oh, that's really bad. It's not like the PS3 and the Xbox 360, right? It's not that.
Yeah, when PlayStation tried to sell you a system for the minimum of $600.
Yeah, and Xbox 360 came out here you go for what was it, $399, $400?
I thought they were $300.
They might have been. I don't know.
The base, the arcade model.
I don't remember what they were.
That's when you had 32 gigabytes of hard drive space and you were fine.
Yeah. Are you guys scared of the day one consoles not working?
No.
I've had my PS4 the entire way through from launch to now, and I've had zero problems. I think technology's so good now where something like a Red Ring of Death shouldn't happen.
I don't.
Do you remember when that was bad?
Yeah,
that was on the original Xbox.
That was terrible.
Awful. You left it on for too long.
Actually, my PS3, my fat PS3, had the yellow light of death.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
You had to cop a new one.
I had to, yeah. And my Sly Cooper collection disc was stuck inside, so I'd take the fucking thing apart to get my disc out.
Oh, shit.
Matt Jenks could have done that for you easy, though.
I might have taken it to him, actually. Probably did. I'm just excited for, now I'm excited for the little things. I'm excited for what the UI looks like, all that shit.
They're gonna red that again. Oh my God.
Who is?
Fucking Saints.
Oh, that's not... Oh, what's that score?
10-7. Alvin Kamara's already got 15 points for me.
Go to my matchup for me. Oh, wait, it's not even in this league. Never mind, I'm stupid. Pros are obviously the exclusives. The controller looks really good. I'm excited to play that controller.
System looks nice.
The controller reminds me of, it's like a mix.
It's a perfect hybrid between the two.
Yeah, it looks like... I mean, I don't know how it is for you guys, but I've always preferred the Xbox controller.
Same.
Only because it's bigger. I like how,
I grew up on PlayStation controllers.
Pause, it sounds so gay, but, I like the bigger controller in my hand. Pause. But,
it's I know, because he explained it.
It sounds weird because, I use a keyboard and mouse, and, a mouse is very minuscule in size, but,
Keyboard clicking intensifies.
Yeah,
Bethesda.
Right. But, I like...
RGB.
Are you done? You can't fucking talk. You want to fucking pull up your little fucking RGB mouse over here?
It's more than RGB.
He's got a point.
Nah, because his is his whole thing, and mine's just my mouse.
You walk into Jordan's room, it's just neon lights.
It kind of is, honestly, because my dad's also in there too. So
he's got LED lights on his desk, his mouse, keyboard are LED.
Yeah, whole light show
I'm not
going
fucking
on.
Harrison. I don't have fucking blue LED lights around my fucking room.
Zach has them now too.
Well, okay, there you go. I don't have that. I just have them on my fucking...
I got one little lamp on my desk. That's it.
Yeah.
It lights my whole room.
And no disrespect to them.
You.
It looks cool when you have it around. Just I don't have that.
Because I don't need people driving past my house, and if the red lights are on, thinking I'm fucking worshiping Satan or some shit. Or sacrificing babies.
Well, maybe.
It might keep people away. It's a good scare tactic.
Dog. My ugly mug's enough of a scare tactic. I'm the only single one in my house.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that.
It is what it is, dog.
Think about what?
Yeah.
We'll wait till the mic's off. I I need to figure out if I want to get a new headset. I think I'm gonna wait.
Mine should be fine.
I want to see if they come out and say like,
It should be, but if they have this like 3D audio thing, that's apparently like really really cool. It's like super surround sound. So I kind of want to.
Well, that's a plug-in headset, so I should be.
I'm gonna. Well, I meant the headsets are built with that in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like the new.
Well, they'll give you a base shitty one, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, apparently the controller actually has a microphone in it. You're gonna get an actual shitty mic too, but I'll use that on day one to bull with y'all while we're waiting for all of our shit to update.
Unless that works, that might be. I
mean, it's gonna be day one.
Oh yeah.
I was just sitting there like, oh, I can't wait.
2 hours later, I still can't wait.
my Demon Soul still has 3 hours to go. Yo, Jordan, did you see this on the UI?
I'll be playing it because
Jordan will be playing on his PC.
You're just gonna be sitting there playing with Jordan.
I might need to. Well, I might actually buy. I might actually pre-order like Miles Morales and Demon Souls, like disc versions.
Drew Brees passes.
Just to start, just so I have a game to play. You know what I mean? Like that way I don't have to download 3 fucking games. Because we're gonna be playing Call of Duty all jump.
I think your dad's in trouble.
Like I'm hype about that. Like we get to play a new Call of Duty right along a new system, which is gonna be perfect.
So if I buy like the Call of Duty on the I was gonna say Xbox on the PlayStation. I'm gonna say never mind. It doesn't matter because it comes out.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was gonna say, but yeah, man, I'm excited. Next gen's here finally. It's less than 2 months away, which is pretty absurd. I mean, we were saying like we gotta get these soon, and we're getting them soon. We got any final things to say about them?
What game are you most looking forward to?
For launch?
Yeah.
Miles Morales. Yeah. That or Demon Souls.
First party or like third party?
Just any game.
Although, before you go, Assassin's Creed Valhalla has my interest too. That game could be really good.
What game has my interest?
We need a really good call. Assassin's Creed.
The last few have been good.
Odyssey and
Origins.
Yeah.
What game has my interest the most? Probably that. Besides like Demon Souls, but like I've already played that. It's like it's kind of I can't really say.
Let's
that.
rephrase the question. What game you can keep with his question? What's the first game you're going to play on your PS5 when you get it?
Assuming it's out at launch, Godfall probably.
I forgot about that.
Assuming that as soon as I saw that, when I watched the trailer at my house...
It says the article's up from Thursday.
Assuming that it's accurate. Like, when I saw the Godfall trailer, when I was at home watching it, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, that looks like something I want to play. So, that's probably up there. If that's not at release, it's probably either going to be Demon Souls or...
It's going to be a multiplayer game, right?
What?
Godfall.
I don't know.
Give me a second. I'm working on it.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh, there's a walkthrough trailer. I might watch that later.
It has like
if it has a combat trailer out already.
It has the Unreal Engine on it too, which
okay. So combat trailer came out.
Hope.
A combat trailer came out September 12th.
Oh really?
That was just a week and a half ago.
I didn't know
that. Keep talking. I will.
It has a lot of things behind it that like I was excited about.
They already have an expansion name titled for it. Yeah, this says it's coming out November 12th.
Just search. Can you search up if it's multiplayer? I'm pretty sure it is. I don't think it's a single player only game.
Go back to the Google page. It might say there on the side, like where it says like all the over here on the side. Does it say?
No, it's a role playing game.
Is it an open world RPG?
I would assume it's open world if it's a role playing game.
Probably if it's
an
RPG.
Online RPG.
But it says multiplayer video game.
It says single player video game, multiplayer video game.
It's gonna be like Destiny. It's gonna be an MMORPG.
That could be interesting.
That's what I thought it was gonna be.
Well, let me just go to the fucking official website. Keep talking if y'all...
I mean, this game looks sick. I mean, I'm definitely intrigued.
It looks different. It looks like a hand-to-hand Destiny.
Yeah, like that's...
Here, looter slasher.
Instead of a looter shooter,
oh yeah, it says, look, better together. Enjoy 1, 2, or 3 player co-op play.
So we're playing this together.
Oh, let's go.
I got you.
All right. I'm sorry. I got you both. And Gearbox is making that shit?
Dude, it's Gearbox with the Unreal Engine. Like,
add 5 years, and then we'll get 2K, right? Because we'll have 2K.
Like, it has, play that shit. Like, the Unreal Engine has, like, really, like, this doesn't bother, like, it has no meaning to you guys, but, like, there's games on the PC that fucking flop with that engine. But, like, it's not a bad engine, it's just the game fucking sucks. So, I'm really hopeful that the Unreal Engine is actually, like, good for this.
It looks like Aliens versus fucking Predators.
It looks like hand-to-hand combat Destiny. We're watching the gameplay trailer. I'm just kind of scrolling through because I want to see what this shit looks like.
It definitely looks like a hand to hand, expose weak points. Like that's the main thing.
It reminds me of Diablo too.
Yeah, I feel like Brian's gonna be ass at this. I could be. We're gonna have to carry it.
I would be like, fuck this. I'm going back to play Spider-Man.
Yeah, but this game looks fun.
This looks sick. Hopefully it's not shit. Are you gonna buy? I told you need to play Spider-Man. You might as well just wait.
Oh yeah, I already said I was. Well, I said when you guys were talking about it, I said I was going to buy the.
Might as well buy the deluxe edition.
What is it, the $90 one or whatever?
No, it's just $70.
Oh, yeah.
So for $20 extra, you're gonna get the full Spider-Man.
So I can just play the whole thing.
I'm gonna be honest. What I might do is the only other game I want to get for my PS4 is the Mafia Definitive Edition. It's only like $40 that comes out this Friday.
You'll be able to play it on there.
On the PS5.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
They said like 98% of PlayStation 4 games are playable on PS5.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm probably not going to buy any video games, and then when this console drops and I get it in my hands...
Well, you're going to buy FIFA.
Well, yeah, but that comes out October.
Oh,
wait,
true.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll be able to get that. I'll get that, I'll get FIFA and probably Mafia. And then those are the only things I'll get on PS4. But I'll be able to play FIFA... The new one on...
Yeah, this is probably my most anticipated game.
This game will be... We need...
I'm excited for this. I gotta look into that a little bit more. That looks exciting.
Alright. I think...
what other games are there, like... Just... Let me pull
that are coming out soon?
Like, that are coming out, like... Is there any that are... Let me look. I had a list here. Where the fuck was it? Here it is.
I don't think Ratchet & Clank has a release date yet. But I think it's supposed to be...
I'm looking at it right now.
I think it's supposed to be launch window. So, they haven't given an actual release date yet. There was another game along Godfall from that first event.
That's what I mean. Like, that...
It was Titan something, but it got renamed. It's that game that got renamed.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter. We'll find it afterwards. Yeah, I think we're all excited. New gen is always fun. Opening the box, it's like Christmas Day.
Yeah.
This will be cool for you because this is your first system at launch, right?
Well, my first ever console was a Wii. No, I lied. My first ever console was a GameCube, and then it was a Wii, and then I got a 360. I don't think I got the Xbox One X at launch.
Did they say when
And then I didn't get a PS4 at launch. I got that way later.
Mm-hmm.
I've only had it for like 2 years.
Yeah.
So this might be my first launch console. I can't. So long ago when I got the Xbox One X, I was a child.
It's always a blast, man. Cause I had my PS4, my Switch, 3DS, and Vita all from launch.
Dude, I'll be honest.
3DS
I don't
and
even use
Vitas.
my Switch. Like I have it. I need to play it more.
Download Ori and the Blind Forest.
It
will make you cry and make you rage.
I need to play
Did
Animal Crossing.
when
Are we tracking this out again?
Gran Turismo 7 was coming out?
That's not till next year.
Is that next year?
I think it's probably early next year.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's
that's a good one too. I forgot about that.
That's just curious. Not that I'm like super eager to play it. I was just curious.
I'll still buy it. I'm gonna buy every fucking PS5 game, dog. Bug Snacks. I'm getting tossed and playing that game.
What if it's a multiplayer game?
What if it's sick? What if it's like a 10 out of 10 with a stellar?
What if it's an online RPG? I'm just kidding.
Could you imagine? Yo, if Bug Snacks is online, y'all gotta buy it. I'll buy it for you. And we're playing Bug Snacks online. Oh, by the way, before we end our PS5 conversation, Matt Cheng, when them pre-orders go live, come on, son. Forget your fucking gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah. Gotta get
Forget the fucking LED lights. Come join us. Come play Godfall with us.
Yeah.
Matt would be awful at that game.
Oh my.
Him and I would just be dicking around.
Well, it's three. It's the 3 players total.
I thought it was 4.
No, it was 1 to 3.
1, 2,
well, fuck you, Matt. Don't worry about buying a PS5 yet.
Still get a PS5 because we need to play zombies together.
Well, we can.
Oh yeah,
it's cross-gen.
I forgot about that.
Yes, sir.
Do what makes you happy. Also, comment what console you're gonna get and what game you're looking forward to the most at launch.
Or if there's anything that you guys
or
were
if you're
like,
a PC dweeb, then just don't say anything.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
If there's anything like you were like super excited for one way or the other, like if you have an opinion on the Bethesda thing, or
share your opinions about anything we talked about in the comments
which
below.
was a lot. Like we talked about some weird shit at the beginning. Like if you have an opinion,
Our
on
intro
life,
was long as fuck for no reason.
Elizabeth Olsen, fucking alien
Yeah,
guy.
right.
Let us know.
Right.
And if your opinion is you want to be the alien guy, join the club.
But don't tell us that in the comments. Just fucking like DM us that or something.
Well, what? You think if somebody comments, I want to fuck Elizabeth Olsen in her comments, I'm not going to stray them away. Go ahead.
I'm going to like
is
the
a safe
comment.
space.
I'm going to like the comment.
I'm going to heart the comment. You kidding me?
Unreal.
I'm going to.
I think we should probably turn the microphone on now.
unreal.
It's been the Night Shift Podcast, episode 17, the Next Gen episode. Next Gen's here. It's probably what we're going to title the bitch.
Yeah, we always struggle with titles.
I go brain dead after this. I forget what we talk about half the time. I'm your host, Brian Markley, at Bright Allenstein. We got Bailey Gary, at BGary24, capital B, capital G. Jordan Wakefield, at JWakefield98, capital J, capital W. We are at _TNSP _ on Twitter. The Night Shift Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Night Shift Podcast on Patreon as well. If you can support us and help fund our systems, that'd be wonderful. If not, that's wonderful too. I got big bank beat little bank. Fuck y'all, we out. Peace.